Hello everyone, welcome back to the Red Pills of Borneo. We are in the dining room and we've got the whole scene and we're going to read it now. The dining room is crowded, the air is thick with smoke and the smell of roasted pork. Jeremiah, I want to welcome our unusual guest to our little gathering. We read a bit of this before, didn't we? But not the whole conversation. In fact, we would have read all this. Yep. Cheers, Mr. Goodwill, thank you, I feel very welcome and honoured. Cynthia, I hope we have made you feel welcome so far. Miss Seville, oh yes, everyone's been wonderfully welcoming, thank you. And did you manage to reach out to your colleagues? Yes, we read this already. We also read this already. Yep. Luke Sterling is flanked by Edward Bonfire and Dieter von Guntram. Okay. So, Mr. Sterling, what exactly is bringing you to this side of the world? Pardon me for being blunt, but you look like a new chum, and only an old hand would be sailing these dangerous seas as anything but a passenger. Believe me, sir, I'm quite an old hand here, despite appearances. Luke Sterling rolls up his sleeve and straightens his arm. His hand is trembling. I mean, I guess watching these videos, I assume the developer's still watching. I guess watching these videos is a great way to find typos as well. Because, like, it's the kind of thing where you just rereading over it yourself, you'd, like, never notice without putting it through, like, a spell check or whatever. But that might be tricky depending on how it's represented. Anyway, his hand's trembling. I don't like to admit it, but I have the tremors. Too much canine. We already looked it up, whatever. Pointing towards the women, and if we weren't in such lovely company, I would show you my jungle shin. I want an explanation of that. Edward Bonfire laughs a hearty laugh and slaps Lucas Sterling hard on the back, sending him flying forwards. Good man. I'm impressed you managed to keep the sallow away, I must say. What's her face? Cynthia has a gun, doesn't she? Or somebody has a gun. I think it might be Cynthia. Sallow is a term used to describe the yellowish skin that develops on the face and hands of Europeans who contracted malaria as a sign of chronic illness. Tropical killers. No such luck here. My liver is destroyed. Tidak apa. Wait, hold on. Not for the lack of trying. I have faced malaria quite a lot. I've just been lucky. Either that or my liver is made of steel. No such luck here. My liver is destroyed. Tidak apa is life. Tidak apa is Malay for it doesn't matter. Oh my gosh, jargon. Okay. I was in the Navy myself, you know. Did I say jargon? Jargon. I was in the Navy myself, you know. Lucas, you'll like that story. Sorry, 1 second. Yep. Just distracted. Lucas, you'll like that story. Uncle Bone was a hero. Is he? I was in the Sunning in 1926. Sunning was a steamship that was hijacked by pirates in 1926. The Sunning, the officers took that ship back with boiling water and fire axes. Reveal a nasty skull scar. Boiling water, yes, we did what we had to do. Okay, do you know what happened in 27? The Royal Navy cleared out Bias Bay. Bias Bay is a hidden cove. Cove? I think this is a different one though. By the coast of Guangdong, it served as the Pirate Republic during the Piracy Golden Age. Oh my gosh, we're getting a lot of stuff to read. Most of the fishermen, whether guilty of piracy or not, were massacred in the area. I was but a midshipman on the HMS Hermes. It was my first posting. I heard about the 27 operation. That must have been a sight. Lucas, you're a hero too. I knew it. Wait, what? What's going on? Most of the fishermen, whether guilty of piracy or not, were massacred in the area. I was but a midshipman on the HMS Hermes. It was my first posting. Well, is he a hero? Or is he just there? In the corner, Teresa McIntyre sits... Wait, the Royal Navy cleared out the Bias Bay. Wait, you're being called a hero for massacring all these people? Am I understanding that correctly? Maybe so. I mean, I guess from their perspective, that well, they're pirates, they don't deserve to live, or whatever. You're a hero for getting rid of them. I think I'm understanding that correctly. In the corner, Teresa McIntyre sits quietly nursing her drink. Dieter von Guntram leans over to her. The social dinner reminds me of the old days, Teresa, before the Great War, when the German plantations reigned supreme. Oh yeah, he's trying to flirt with her. Dieter, when are you going to tell them? Not so loud, they'll hear you. They deserve to know. Even what you told me on the lawn earlier, a secret, is indefensible. I would have thought that you of all people would understand. Why should I tell them? Let's change the subject. I can feel others starting to listen in. Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt. Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt. I wonder if did you tell them tell Teresa about the plan? But why would she still be there? Like, oh, they deserve to know. Like, it would be even more serious than that, surely. Across the table, Rose Goodwill and Vitalina Petrovsky are pouring wine for Cynthia Seville. Drink, darling, it will help you relax. The spirits cannot speak if the vessel is tense. Tell us more about your travels. It must be so exciting to be a lady solicitor in the city. Oh, it's mostly paperwork, but the journey here from Sandakan was eventful. I'm sorry to interrupt, Miss Seville. Did you say you came all the way from Sandakan? Why, yes, on the straight steamship. I think we read this already. You sailed 20 hours from Sandakan to Tawau, past the pirate-infested waters of the Sulu Sea, for a lady that is remarkably intrepid, or positively foolhardy. Cynthia Seville blushes under his scrutiny. I think we did see that before. I was under Jeremiah's protection, naturally. His legal affairs required my attention, and I considered it merely a matter of duty. I've visited Sandakan with father on several occasions. It is a grand place. I've never seen such a spectacle of a harbour. With all due respect, Loon, Sandakan wears a very different face depending on whether one frequents the governor's set or not. They say it boasts more millionaires than any city on earth, but the gilding is quite thin. There is a great deal of squalor once you leave the cliffside bungalows. Following all this text. Lucas is correct, though. I shouldn't change a thing. I would never have met my intended otherwise. I see my intended meaning your fiance. Okay. I remember reading that before and not understanding it. It makes a bit more sense in context. I was under Jeremiah's protection. Naturally, his legal affairs require my attention. Lucas is correct, though. I shouldn't change a thing. Okay, so you met your fiance at Sandakan, even though it's a rough place under the surface. You're intended? You're spoken for, then? Yes, I'm due to be married when I return to the city. I've only been away 48 hours, and I confess I miss him dreadfully. Whereas Goodwill turns to Vitalina Petrovsky and smiles. I'll drink to that. To the lovers. Then something happens suddenly, a loud crash and gasps, and someone new enters. Their aura is very strong, but also very dark. I do not know them. Who is it? Okay, there's a new character. There's a new character, so we are going to get another picture here, presumably. But we'll have to come back to that. Now, when do I not know when... Who did we have? Suddenly stopped scrolling again. Who was on the lawn? Dita and Teresa. Teresa, we know where you are pretty much most of the time, right? Teresa... Well, it's just then that we don't. What happened at the end of the previous one? Runs out to greet them. Okay, there we go. So I know who you're spotting right now. We go here, we go to the croquet lawn, and it's you two. I mean, it's the only two people I've got, apparently. Dieter von Guntram is crossing the garden, a bottle of cornbrand in his hand. From the veranda, Dieter, wait, do you want a sundowner? No, thank you, Teresa. Bone and Jira are waiting for me at the clubhouse. Okay, that is where you went next. Teresa McIntyre runs on over to catch up with him. Please, Dieter, I just need a friend to talk to. Can I just accompany you on the way? Of course, my dear. You know I always have time for you. Jeremiah is frantic about the pearls. No one wants to touch them in their current state. I know I act like I don't care, but if we lose the plantation... I mean, I guess she's just there to stay on the plantation. Jerry and Bone are idiots, both of them. This red swirl would never have happened in our oyster farms back home before the war. What do you mean? Do you know something? I'm not helping them, and neither should you, not after what he did to you. Why would you want to help him? Well, why would you help him? But they're your friends. Friends? What kind of friends are they to me, really? They only tolerate me, but I know what they say behind my back. There's no love lost between them and the Germans. I wouldn't be surprised if they thought I was a Nazi despite everything we've been through just because of my heritage. To hell with them. Just tell me, for old time's sake, please. It's not a curse, Teresa, that's all I'll say. So it's in some way been tampered with. You need to tell them how to fix it. You're a good man. Don't be so petty. Or like it's just a normal thing and you know how to deal with it, but they don't know. Okay. Teresa McIntyre walks back to the veranda. Dieter von Guntram resumes towards the clubhouse. Okay. So it's nothing about what's going to happen later. It's just It's just about the red swirl situation. Okay. Oh, I really wish I had the per person view and I could just see from here like who wasn't assigned. I guess I can do this and it'll tell me, okay, well, she isn't assigned yet. Well, and then I could then go here and do this and find out, okay, so that's when you joined them there, but I don't know where you were before that. So I'm not sure I really have any clue where you were before that. And let me just double check. It was her that picked up the gun and the biohazard sample. So this is when the blast happens. So you've gone to the dining room already? Wait, this is when the dining room scene is. Wait, how does that add up? How does that add up? Don't they hear the blast here? Yet you hear the blast at 7? That seems like a mistake. Unless there's 2 explosions. Wait, but that also doesn't add up for... So, Kanan, were you at the workers' quarters here? Yes. Yeah, it doesn't add up. I feel like that should be on the previous hour, because then it's 7 o'clock when they're in the clubhouse after the explosion. Yeah. Whereas you're hearing that explosion in this hour. That feels like a small mistake, I guess. Or I'm misunderstanding it somehow. Where the heck did What's-Her-Face go? Asia. Well, we know it's crossing the garden, but where were you before that? Can I figure it out based on... I'm not sure I can figure it out. Okay, I was thinking like, oh, well, if you were at the Jungle Entrance and you walked to a cove, I mean, I guess that would be over here? But then you're in the veranda and you see somebody crossing the croquet lawn? Like, maybe? This kind of seems like this building would be in the way. Okay. I mean, that was just making me think this it'd be a fun game to have like a thing where the map is like really important and you have to like go, well, this person was here and they walked this way, but then this person must have seen that person from there. That'd be a fun detective game. And you're like, and it could be like plotting things over time. You've got to figure out like when would somebody have seen somebody else, or where was this person when this other thing happened. But you're doing it based on like literally like looking at distances and how long it would take somebody to get from one place to another, or like where's within line of sight or something else, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I don't think that's what's going on here. I think this is just a way of selecting which location you're in. Okay. So what next? What next? So we've just had the dining room scene. Ooh. Did anything else lead to anything else? Well, I mean, I guess they're all here. So I could at the very least like get partial scenes, I suppose. Like, this is here. Mysterious stranger walks over to Rose Goodwill and Cynthia Seville. Rose Goodwill growls at him. Cynthia Seville just looks down. Okay, so maybe you know this person? Then we could do like this. This is Harrow. Well, we've got a name. You do not want to mess with him, trust me. Okay. Somebody Harrow. We don't have a picture though, so that's not going to help. But anyway, I guess we could keep doing this kind of thing. The lighter belongs to Jeremiah. A tall white man, the mysterious stranger, strides in. Two rough-looking locals are standing outside the room, guarding the door. He is heavily armed. Lucas Sterling is about to stand up, but Jiro Tanaka puts his hand on his shoulder. What are you doing here? Kenan, remove this man. Is Kenan here then? What did you do to him? He had best be alive. I only just got back from Sandakan. I need more time. Okay. Mysterious stranger walks over to Rose Goodwill and Cynthia Seville. So I'm obviously missing a bunch of things here. Mysterious stranger pulls out a cigarette. He pats his pockets. Jeremiah Goodwill hesitates, then reaches into his pocket and pulls out his lighter. He flicks it open and offers the flame. Mysterious stranger takes the lighter from Jeremiah Goodwill's hand. He turns it over, admiring the gold plating. Nice piece, solid. I'll take this as a down payment. Are we going to follow the lighter to find out who you are? That'd be a cool little twist on like what we've been doing so far. Like, we don't know who it is, but we can follow them because they've taken the lighter. I want my money soon, Jeremiah Goodwill, or I burn this whole place to the ground. Bowing theatrically to the table, my apologies for the interruption, ladies and gentlemen. Please resume the festivities. Mysterious stranger turns and marches out, his laughter trailing behind him. Now, the trouble is, we don't know where he went. Okay, so you are some. It's like a mafia type situation. It's not the mafia, but it's somebody. It's that kind of thing. It's like you're a organized crime. Jeremiah owes you money, and you're threatening him and his family, etc., etc. Okay. Okay. Well. Yeah, the trouble is I don't know where you would go next, so I could like try every location, but that feels not good to do. Okay. What else can I follow then? So we're not going to be able to do that scene until we've got this person. So we somehow need to figure out who that is and find another photo. So there's an overdose. Bonfire knows about the affair. He'll hang me. Affair as in affair or affair? They're on their way. You should go. Loon. She will be devastated. What would Loon be devastated about? About Lucas dying? Though devastated is strong for somebody you literally just met, but I'll find out about the affair. Did it say this before? I don't remember it saying affair. But maybe it did. Jared didn't go back to the workers' course. We already checked that, I think. Maybe best to do... We don't have anything on you anymore. Yeah. In fact, there's nothing there. Where were we here? Right, that's when they go to the verandas. There'll be nothing after that. Be nice if there's like some way of these being marked grey without me having to like I mean, I guess I could do this, but it feels like strange. Like I could do like this and it'll just go grey. Yeah, that feels like a slightly awkward mechanic. It kind of makes me think that the expected way to play this game is just to be trying stuff on random days and random hours, and then you fill in them with grey. But like that feels really awkward because you're just like for the way I'm playing it, where I'm only putting something in if I have good evidence to believe there'll be something there. I then have no reason to fill those in. And so instead, I have to fill them in with something that I know isn't true to make them go grey, which feels a bit awkward. Anyway, I guess we could do another thing where we do, not this, the eye. We can go there, can't we? Ah, they go green when they're complete. Okay. That would have been useful to know earlier. Okay. So yeah, like there's something good about this view, which is like being able to see when people are assigned to everything. But like, I feel like it should just be the other view. It should definitely just be the other view. Because this is like taking up so much like space for something that is like much easier to show on the other view. And like I was saying before, how like this could have like the time along the top, like the top row, like the heading of all the columns would be the time, and they could just be green, amber, and red or whatever. Although, not good colors for colorblindness. In fact, yeah, this isn't colorblind friendly right now. Like red-green colorblindness is the most common, so these colors will look quite similar. Anyway, so here we don't know where you are. Here we don't know. Yeah, well, you two, I think you two have met up somewhere, but I don't know the location. I don't know where you are either. I don't think I've got any knowledge of that as well. I assume there's going to be times where I can't assign people. Is that true? Or can this all be green? I'm not sure. So that time's done. That time is done. Well, until we get the next guy. And here, almost everybody's done except for you. Is this just after your argument with Canon? I think it is. So I don't really know where you went next. I don't think, not clubhouse, workers' quarters. Here's your fight with Canan. Oh, back to the kitchen. Okay, I do know where you went next. Kitchen here, you. Okay, Asia stands by the sink, pressing a wet cloth to her cheek. She hisses in pain. Curse him, curse that wretched, frightened man. She glances out the window into the coming dark. A figure is moving furtively across the grounds from the clubhouse towards the jungle entrance. It's Canan. What is he doing? He's not... Okay, so he's going from the clubhouse towards the jungle entrance. Which I guess would be across the croquet lawn? What is he doing? He's not... Her eyes widen in realization. God in heaven, Canon, you utter fool. She throws the cloth into the basin and sprints out the back door. Well, towards the jungle entrance, so maybe I'm supposed to just go straight there? Where is Canon in this thing? Do I know? What time is it? The interface does make things so confusing. Like, why can't I, like, know what time it is when I'm looking at that? Okay, it's currently 7 o'clock. Like, there's just too many representations of the same things. It could definitely be a lot simpler. So this is at the clubhouse. You were there, but I guess then what you're saying is what you're seeing after you left the clubhouse? I guess so. But then that means, I think, that you two are here? No. Okay. Or you're on the croquet lawn because you haven't got there yet, I guess, might be the suggestion. And that is between the clubhouse and the jungle entrance. Okay, you two here? No. Oh, nothing happened here at this hour. But she did rush out to find him. Sprints out the back door. Figures moving furtively across the grounds from the clubhouse towards the jungle entrance. It's Canan. Okay. And I think at that time... I mean, I guess it didn't say that nothing's happening here, which I don't like because that tells me more than I knew, but whatever. So it does imply that there's something happening here. Maybe that guy's shown up because then he shows up in the next scene. Yeah. Okay, so maybe the extra person's here. And then, because then Canaan apparently is here as well, in some form or another. Where am I going to get this guy's photo from? There's more stuff here, wasn't there? Oh dear, there's a lot of stuff. In 1941, OK was a sound a bit too modern or even American to a British colonial. While the word OK did exist, a British Chuan or a lady of the era would have used more formal or idiomatic expressions to convey reassurance or resilience. Depending on the situation, here is how they would have said, I shall be quite alright, I'll be fine, I shall manage. Okay. If the person was injured, sick with a fever, or facing pirates, they wouldn't want to show weakness. They'd use phrases that suggested they were weathering the storm. I shall pull through. I mean, okay. These are still phrases that you could use today. If they were talking to a friend at the club, I'll be right as rain, I shall be fit as a fiddle. Yep. Okay, that one I don't know. I'm still in the pink. Might use a mix of English and local sentiment. I survived the 26 floods. I shall survive this. Don't worry about me. I'm in old hands. 1941, the phrases they used to express disbelief or skepticism varied depending on whether they were being impatient, skeptical, or encouraging. To express disbelief or skepticism, oh, I say, come now, surely not, nonsense, bosh, don't be absurd, old man. Steady on, do get a move on, dash it all, confound it, really now, hang it. To encourage someone to be a sport, don't be a killjoy, be a prick. Don't be so stodgy. I mean, I guess it's useful for people who might not be as familiar with this. Like maybe for non-native English speakers, to dismiss an excuse that's a bit thin, isn't it? Tell it to the Marines. I mean, that's a fun one. Stuff and nonsense. The children was among the other men at the club. Like, most of them you can just understand from context, though. Like, you don't really need it being spelled out. The children was among, like, even if I hadn't heard of it before, like, the context would make it clear. If the children was among other men at the club, the language would get a bit more colourful. Bloody nuisance, blast it, bugger it. If someone was trying to avoid proper swearing, they used minced versions of religious oaths. This just reminded me of when the word bugger appeared in Star Stuff, and it felt so out of place. Because, like, there's... I mean, I don't know the full history of the word, but there are, like, homophobic... like aspects to this term. Like, it is also very commonly used, and so some might say like to describe somebody like as that, but like I certainly wouldn't use the word, and I think a lot of people don't even realize the homophobic origins, but yeah, when it should have been Star Stuff, which is like it's meant to be like a kid-friendly game. It's like all these cute characters. It felt very out of place. I don't know if that's changed or not. Anyway, and yeah, like I was going to say, it's like people do use it a lot without making that connection to what it originally means, but it doesn't change the fact that it did mean that and does mean that and has that history. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it certainly sounds awkward. Like, whenever I hear somebody say it sounds awkward, it's like, ooh, okay. Anyway, I know that's not true for everyone, though. Like, most people just hear it and just don't think anything of it and barely even think of it as a swear word or anything. Anyway, if someone was trying to avoid proper swearing, they used minced versions of religious oaths, drat, botheration, good grief, or good heavens. In 1941, Borneo, the British often peppered their speech with Malay words as exclamations of frustration. Tidak apa, it doesn't matter. Ayo, or alamak, oh my goodness. I mean, it's also funny because, like, bloody, I guess, is traditionally a swear word, but I feel like for me that's the other way around, where like that feels so commonly used and doesn't. I think the difference is that it doesn't have, as far as I'm aware, any like horrible origins. So like it's just bloody, I guess, as in like with blood or covered in blood. Or maybe it means something more than that, I don't know. But like That has never felt like a swear word for me. It's felt like something you say when you're exasperated or whatever, but not really a swear word. Although I'm pretty certain for like generations older than me, it is considered more of a swear word. But anyway, oh, we already read that. Okay, cool. There was probably other stuff there that I need to read as well, but maybe we save it. I think piracy and tropical killers. How long are they? Oof, okay, we'll save them. There's a lot of text. There's so much text. Geez, this game is going to take me a while. There's a lot to fill in. I don't know how dense it all is. I mean, I guess like every hour there's going to be... I mean, I guess every hour I'm probably going to find somewhere where somebody is. That's definitely what this implies. Like, it would be weird if some of them are left yellow, right? But I don't know how I find out where, like, Vitalina is. I mean, you're not in those locations. Did you say? Like, where were you? Hold on. You arrived there, right? Yes, joins the ladies. Oh, did the Lord answer your prayers? Oh, okay, no, it does tell me. Okay. I did not... Maybe I didn't have the chapel at the time, and so I didn't think it was a place I was supposed to be associating with, but I think then it implies that you were here? No. Or maybe at the previous hour. No. Oh. Yes. Put something more. Are any of these items yours? They're not, are they? No. So there must be somebody else here, but everybody else is assigned? Weird. Let's go back to... Hold on. Did the Lord answer your prayers? I don't know. I'm not sure I believe in him anymore. It's nothing more than a ritual at this stage. So it's definitely implying you were there, but I guess with somebody else. But who else? Since we don't have another person. And I don't think that other person is the person that shows up later. I don't think they're even here yet. So I guess that's going to be a mystery for later. But hey, at least I found a clue there. I guess I mean, I'm not even using the note system. I feel like the note system is not useful. I was going to say I could make a note of that, but... Yeah, it's fine. It would be nice to find something, though. So wait, so Canaan has gone towards the jungle entrance around... Where was that kitchen thing? Here. So around, like, here. Do I know anything that Canaan's got? Any items? I think I do. Well, I assume it's not... No, because everybody's assigned here. So the next one, jungle entrance... Yeah, you too, but it does say restriction is incorrect. Well, unless it's just you. Or just you? Nah. Okay. I don't think any of these are Canaans. I think that other person is there and I need to somehow identify them. So then where... Okay, so where is the chapel on here? Here. We haven't clicked on it yet, I guess. Small chapel with a cross on the wall. What's he going to say? Who... Like here. I'm only... and I'm not... Oh, okay, these people are missing. But there's nothing in the chapel at the time. And then you head to the observation deck, but I don't know where you go along the way. I guess we'll figure some of these things out next time. There'll be something to figure out. There'll be an item to follow. Although I guess the trouble is... we already did what's her face here? Cynthia Seville, which would be the same for either of these. Yeah. Is Canon here? I mean, I can't do a partial thing like this, right? No, you have to have like the whole thing here. So I need that other character. Maybe I can figure out more from this. We'll look back at this again next time, maybe. All right, I'll see you then. And hopefully we can break through to the next bit of the game, which might be here, might be around here, I don't know. So yeah, see you next time, folks. Goodbye.